Infinitives and gerunds. Infinitives look like this, and gerunds look like this. Both infinitives and gerunds can act as nouns, and for this reason, it can be confusing to know whether we need to use an infinitive or a gerund. Take these two sentences as examples. In the first sentence, we must use the gerund getting. I will finish getting ready. In the second sentence, we must use the infinitive to get. I need to get ready. We can't say, I need getting ready, nor can we say, I will finish to get ready. In this video lesson, we'll look at 6 tips to help you work out whether to use a gerund or an infinitive. Let's start at number 1. Look for certain verbs. We need to pay attention to the verb that comes immediately before. Here are a few common verbs that are followed by a gerund. Here are some examples using some of these verbs. Keep. My hat keeps falling off. Recommend. I recommend studying for the test. Enjoy. He enjoys swimming. Because of each of these verbs, a gerund must follow. Here are a few common verbs that are followed by an infinitive. Here are some examples using some of these verbs. Hope. I hope to do well on my test. Wait. He cannot wait to finish work. Decide. We decided to go out for dinner. Because of each of these verbs, an infinitive must follow. There are also a group of verbs that can be followed by either an infinitive or a gerund. Let's take the verb love. There is an infinitive after love in this sentence. I love to sing. There is a gerund after love in this sentence. I love singing. So, tip number 1 tells us that certain verbs indicate whether to use an infinitive or a gerund. Let's move on to tip number 2. Use an infinitive after most adjectives. Here are some examples of sentences in which an infinitive follows an adjective. The room is too small to fit a double bed. It will be easy to pass this test. He is too young to enter the competition. Because of the adjective in each sentence, an infinitive is used. Gerunds can also follow some adjectives with the use of a preposition. For example, she was interested in seeing the movie. The preposition in is used before the gerund. Most of the time, however, infinitives follow adjectives. Number 3. Gerunds are used as the subject of a sentence. Although it is possible to use an infinitive as a subject, it is much more common for gerunds to be used. For example, hiking that trail is a dream of mine. Because it's acting as the subject, a gerund is used. It is possible to use an infinitive as a subject, but it doesn't sound very natural. Here are a couple more examples of gerunds being used as the subject of a sentence. Playing the guitar is a good way to relax. Teaching children is an important job. Tip number 4. Infinitives are used after question words. Question words include who, what, when, where, and how. Take these examples. I don't know how to swim. She wants to know what to bring to the party. The signal will tell you when to go. We can see an infinitive has been used after each question word. Tip number 5. Only gerunds come after prepositions. For example, I am tired of. Because of the preposition, we must use a gerund next. It could be working. I am tired of working. We can't say, I am tired of to work. Here are some other examples of gerunds being used after prepositions. Mary is thinking about studying Spanish. He is scared of flying. Gerunds are used after prepositions. The preposition but is an exception. For example, there was no option but to leave. Tip number 6. The meaning of some words change depending if a gerund or an infinitive follows it. Let's look back at our list of verbs from tip number 1. These were the verbs that can be followed by infinitives or gerunds. These verbs at the bottom are special in that their meaning changes depending on whether an infinitive or a gerund is used. Let's take the verb remember. In this sentence, a gerund is used after the word remember. She remembers reading the book. In this sentence, an infinitive is used after the verb remember. She remembers to read the book. In the sentence with the gerund, remembers refers to remembering about the past. Perhaps she remembers reading it when she was in high school. It focuses on remembering the past. In the sentence with the infinitive, remember refers to remembering to do a task that had been planned. Now that we've gone through the 6 tips, it's time to check your understanding. Complete each sentence using either a gerund or an infinitive. Pause here while you work. Let's check how you went. The first one. Ginger is good to eat if you are sick. We need the infinitive because it follows the adjective good. Number 2. I suggest taking a bus to the city. The gerund taking is needed because the verb suggest is one of the verbs that a gerund follows. Number 3. She doesn't know who to ask about buying a ticket. An infinitive is used because it follows a question word, who. Number 4. Skiing is good exercise. We use the gerund because it's the subject of the sentence. Number 5. I miss playing with my dog. The gerund playing is needed because the verb miss is one of the verbs that a gerund follows. Number 6. She got a medal for winning the race. Gerunds are used after prepositions. In this sentence, the preposition is for. Number 7. The players need to improve their fitness. The infinitive is used because of the verb need. Number 8. My dog is too old to climb the stairs. We use the infinitive to climb because it is following an adjective. And the last one. Helping others is important. We use a gerund because it forms the subject. EasyTeaching.net